Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look. It's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Taylor. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability.
Line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know,
and he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit. Get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he's taken down wrong direction. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes. They've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line. They get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
To not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it? They hand this off to Harris.
And some space here. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 63 yards. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll look to throw here. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Now that was a high degree of difficulty on that one, but to me, it goes back to fundamentals and determination. High point the football and declare it yours.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Back to throw here. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with... On 1st and 10, Green. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field.
Right on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Green. And that'll be incomplete.
Then back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So possession goes over here. Absolutely, there's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Green now on 1st down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. A good gain of 9 before.
Big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of force, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind them to take over on offense. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. There's a nice move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive.
Not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A give to Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Not on and ready to go. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. But he has found the end zone once, but boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get.
Throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarter.
What's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Green. Oh, he dropped dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Back to throw. Green. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steeler.
It's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from this one out.
Harris. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers could be on their way to 7-1 as they add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about
Completion on second down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.